Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. What's up? How you guys doing? Okay, wait just a second. I'm going to erase my whiteboard real quick. And just because it's still got last session that's already on there. So just give it a moment here. I know everyone's telling you that I'm still live. Says that I am, right? Making sure that we are live. Yeah! It says we're live. We're live. Okay. Just a second. There we go. What's up, guys? Can you hear me? You guys got me? If you go over to the side, let me know. Yeah! All right, let's go back. Boom. Jorge, how you doing, man? Let's see. Yippers. Nice, nice, nice. Glad you guys are here. Thanks so much for tuning on in. Excited that you are here. And let me just kick on the recording, make sure that it is. It is with crappy audio. Boom. There we go. We got that audio going. Starting that recording. Nice. Hashtag good crap. On time, bro. Nice. Appreciate that. Another day of amazingness. Sweet, guys. Well, hey, I know you guys are still jumping on in here. Is it live? 100%. And even if it wasn't, who cares? Let's see. Okay. All right. Hit the camera, good crap. Yeah, exactly. Boom. Exactly. Part 3 and 4 is not available until midnight. It should have been because I forgot to take it down. The first day I totally remembered, but I completely forgot the first time. Last time. Another day of expanding my noggin. Awesome, Theta. Appreciate that. Hashtag nuke crap. Wow. Sachar, that's a big one. That's a new one. Good morning, Chatterbox. I'm here to hear all your brilliant thoughts. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Thanks for jumping on here. I appreciate you guys taking the time. And let me go ahead and I'm going to grab my whiteboard here. And maybe this will kind of recap where we were yesterday. All right. Now, one thing I noticed was how many smudges are popping up on this bad boy the more and more I erase. So I'm going to grab the actual crap. What's up? How's it going? All right. Sweetness. You guys ready for this? Hey, before we start here, we got about 100 people on now. Excited you guys are here. Thanks for taking the time. I promise that you guys will like today as well. What I've noticed is that this is a one. Now we can really this is where we start to speed things up a little bit. I know I've gone through a lot of deep concepts in the past little bit here. Go ahead and let me know what it is the biggest thing that you guys learned though from this last session. I'd love to know that. Go over the chat on the side. That'd be awesome. Love to see what you guys learned. Yeah, Belinda, you listen to Game Change or you listen to Play Bigger since yesterday? It's pretty awesome. All right. Oh, look at that. Smudges be gone. All right, my friends. I'm excited for today's sessions here. And I'll officially start the actual, course recording here in a moment. Just checking in with everybody, making sure you're all good. We have the majority of the things answered that I'm able to. And yeah, okay. Okay. Xavier, nice, Nicole. I'm glad that you like that. That's really cool, isn't it? That's awesome stuff there. All right. How to identify and address my own false beliefs so I can tackle those of my customers. That's pretty intense, isn't it? I know that I get a little bit intense with people sometimes when I'm talking to them, but that's okay, and what it does is it allows people to move past their own crap and the things that have been holding them back. Yeah. You guys excited? I'm going to bounce on into this. I'm really excited about how to create an actual sales message. Yeah. You know what's interesting, CJ, is the first time I ever went and made any money online ever. It was for an affiliate thing. And I remember having to go through and there we go. I remember having to go through and come up with a sales message for the first time. And by myself, that was not easy to do. And I didn't understand what that meant. Let me keep going back here. Yeah, some heavy concepts yesterday. Unleash the Twitch. Thanks, David. Awesome. Preparing my awesome review. one that does your content justice. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I would love reviews if you guys have enjoyed this so far. Actually, I don't care good or bad. Just feedback in general. You notice that's my style. If you guys go to sjlreview.com, sjlreview.com. In fact, what I'll do is I'll drop that here in the actual comments, sjlreview.com. That will take you over to the review place, and I appreciate that a lot. If you guys wouldn't mind, that'd be cool. I'll have to try and convince YouTube that this is not normal content. That you're awesome. Thanks, Teresa. Lead with the problem, not the solution. That is like a huge deal, right? That's a massive deal. Helps the customer feel like you understand them and that you care about their needs before you start saying solution, meaning buy, right? Rather than you leading with what your desires are. And it really helps in the actual sales psychology. Learning the objections and how to change the stories. There's a formula for creating offers that handle objections that sell. Effortless. Accounting's good. Yeah, definitely. How to create an actual sales message. Questions invite revelation. Paula, that is one of the secrets to this entire thing as an individual. Right? You got to grow personally for a while before you can qualify to do a lot of the things that others can't yet, right? The importance of creating the offer and message at the same time. That's a big deal also, right? Thanks so much for your input there, Scott. Appreciate that. Xavier, woo! The offer template at Xavier is really nice to see. I've explained how to identify and address my own false beliefs. So I can tackle with my customers. Nice to meet you, mate. I'm on the OFA. Quick story for you. Tim Ferriss, he was selling Brain Quicken all those years ago. I was one of his first customers. No way. Yeah, no, I'm very familiar with Tim Ferriss. I'm kind of a fanboy of his as well. Oh, it's the Dan Havey. What's up, dude? I realized that all the internal false beliefs ultimately all stem from fear and embarrassment, not going to an event, being worried about others, being smarter, richer as a fear of embarrassment. That's very insightful, definitely. Intense is good and don't slow down. Nice. Thank you so much, man. I certainly won't. See, first time I actually heard you tell a fake book story, and it was mind-blowing. It ruffles feathers. I always get a little bit nervous before I tell it, to be frankly honest here, because it ruffles feathers, and I expect that. However, it can kind of, it sucks. But it's a good point, though. It's a good lesson. Hopefully it teaches everybody what it is that actually makes the money, because it's not the product. I appreciate you taking time to share with us. That's us. The buyer doesn't know exactly what they're looking for. They want to hear a good hook and story, rock and roll, love the t-shirt. Oh, you like that? Boom! Woo! Got so many notes. Love it. Nice. Still unclear about if we should be publishing. Mike, ask me in about 30 minutes here, and I'll make sure that we've got that for you there. Red plus blue equals purple. That is one of the biggest things I've learned. Makes stories full of sensory engagement. Some great insights yesterday, excited from that lesson. Oh, okay. All right, my friends. So I'm going to pause here a moment, collect myself, and we're going to dive into this. All right. How important is it to you to truly know your market? Definitely. Where's Colton? He's over here. The Colton. And Coltons don't grow on trees, everybody. I'm going to keep that. Yeah, we got to make a shirt out of that. Coltons, they don't grow on trees. Just personify it like that. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Boom! What's going on, everyone? This is Steve Larson. Welcome back to the OfferMind Masterclass. Very excited that you're here. This is part 5. And today what we're going to do is we're going to walk through specifically offer creation templates. I'm not only going to teach you guys what these templates are, but where they came from. This stuff doesn't come from my own head. A lot of it comes from me just being in the weeds, right? Being in the field, right in the dirt, and learning the stuff, doing it, working alongside geniuses, and learning from them, learning from people who did make it, didn't make it. It was very tested. Then I combined it with a lot of the things that I've learned from books and study from other gurus and courses, things like that. And now that's why it's so powerful, and it's been very, very helpful for other people. Hey, one of my favorite videos ever, and I wish I could play it on YouTube here, but frankly, they wouldn't allow that. So one of my favorite videos ever is actually, if you guys ever know or have seen Studio C. Studio C has this skit where it's called the Kiosk Salesman. And anyway, what happens is this group of teenagers, I think it's what it's supposed to be, is walking through the mall, and they look up and they see a kiosk. And one of the guys jumps on the ground behind another kiosk to hide. And everyone's like, what are you doing? He goes, it's a kiosk salesman. Get down. What are you doing still standing? And he goes, they're like, it's just a kiosk guy. He said, no, you don't understand. He's selling hand lotion. And he says, the more useless the product, the more aggressive the salesman. It's kiosk Darwinism. And I love that line. It's hilarious to me. It's a funny skit. It turns out that this kiosk salesman is like a killer and he ends up selling all of them, even a guy who doesn't have hands. It's a pretty funny sketch. I really like it. What's funny though is that one line, because there's a lot of truth to it. The more useless the product, the more aggressive the salesman. One of the things that I want to teach you guys how to do here, and one of the purposes for this lesson is, and we went into this a little bit during last session, was how to create offers that are attractive so much that they naturally cause a buying desire. That's why yesterday we went through and I showed you how to not only create an offer that's attractive, but a sales message at the same time. And it's one of the reasons why it works so well. So I'm going to walk through 4 different offer creation templates here with you guys moving forward. And we've already gone through the core offer, which is the Xavier model. However, let me just kind of go into that just a little bit more and recap a little bit. But then also I'll go a little bit deeper in ways that you may not have thought of as well. One of my favorite books is a book called Rework. Rework is it's one of my favorite books ever. It's one of those books that I revisit frequently. Rework, like you're going to work again. Rework. What's fascinating about that book is one of the things that they cite as them being so successful is that they clearly understand the core of their business. This is actually how I came to term the core offer, the core offer. In the book, they have a lesson where what they do is they actually, it's pretty awesome. They have a lesson where they say, let's think about a hot dog stand for a little bit and let's talk about the core of what a hot dog stand business is. Can you have, and this is the way you got to do it. And honestly, as you start to move forward in your own business, you got to ask yourself this question and get clear about the core of what you deliver as a business. And they use a hot dog stand as an example. These are the kinds of questions they ask to find their core. What they do is they ask questions like, could I have a hot dog stand and be a successful hot dog stand without relish? Yeah, definitely, right? That makes sense. All right, so relish is not the core of my business. Could I have a hot dog stand without mustard or soda? Right, you can see where this is going. Right, in the book, this is how they kind of play it out like this. They go, well, yeah, I can still have a hot dog stand without relish, right? Mustard or chips or sodas, right? The core of my business still exists. Therefore, or say my business could still exist. Therefore, it's not the core of my business. Keep asking these questions to yourself. Could I have a hot dog stand without hot dog buns? I mean, technically, yeah, you could. Okay, so then hot dog buns are not the core of my business, right? Could I stay in business without that item? And by doing this and going down, you get down to the core of the business, which ultimately, obviously, they get to. Could I have a hot dogs business without a hot dog? And the answer is no. Okay, well, therefore, the core of my hot dog stand is the hot dog itself. And so what they talk about at that point is to go through and figure out more about how to go in and take the core of that business and make it this banner and make it amazing and only focus on that thing, right? Put those horse blinders on and all you're doing is focusing on making the offer for the core of your business super sexy, right? And so that's what we're talking about here. And that's why I called it the core offer, is to go in and realize the core of what you actually do, okay? The days of being a Renaissance man and that being a good thing are gone. All right. You should not try to be a business that solves everything. You should not try to be a business that says, I'm going to do everything. I'm the one-stop shop. I've tried that in the past. It's terrible. You end up getting nowhere. Okay. And so what I want you to understand, first of all, with this is that start to become cognizant of what you actually deliver for people. Okay. Now, yesterday, right before we ended, I went through and I actually spoke with you guys and talked to you. It's called that blue ocean statement, right? Where you go through and you say, I'm delivering health, wealth, or relationships to red ocean through blue ocean because of red ocean core problem, right? And that was that formula we walked through yesterday. And in huge depth, right? Then you watched me go through and actually how that spins off the sales message as well as the offer. Now, so the first one, obviously, that I'm talking about here is actually the core, right? And that's the core offer. It's the one I believe every business should start with. And as I help people do that, I've noticed that is the one that most frequently causes them success the fastest. And when they create a core of their business and create using Xavier and that core offer, what I've noticed is that it's actually easier for me to go create the other offers in their value ladder. Okay. This makes sense so far. I'm going to go through tomorrow. Not tomorrow. It is tomorrow. Today's Friday. I'm going to go through on in the next session, value ladder design. I was going to go through that a little bit today, but that's not actually what I think I need to go through right now. The first thing I want everyone to think about is what is the core of your business, and start asking yourself the questions, can my business exist without this feature? I'm not telling you to remove the feature. What you have to do is identify the core Because as we were talking about yesterday, right, we need to create Xavier. And so what is X and A, right? Just make sure. Okay, yeah. Right. X and A, which again, we have said can sometimes be the same thing. X is what you want to sell. A, meaning the anchor, is what they want to buy, because that's not always the same thing. Very important distinction there. V is the vehicle-related product. I is the internal. E is the external. And R stands for reason, act now. And each of these, we're attaching products to them so that together we can go in and actually make the core of our business very, very powerful. And again, the reason we're doing this is because in the red ocean, remember, that's who you're selling to. You're coming out of it. Your product doesn't exist in it. Right? Your offer doesn't exist in it. The core is not part of that, the core solution. But you're selling it back to the red, right? And the reason this works is not just because it's a different offer or a different product that's already existed. The reason why it works is because we're playing with something that I had talked about, I think on day one, right? Which is this, right? We have price, we have cost, and we have value. Now, one of the easiest ways I can make myself attractive to buyers is to decrease my price, right? And I'm going to take less margin and I'm going to be cheaper than everybody else. And that sucks. That means I have to go work super hard and sometimes, and in fact, usually harder than other people in my competition who are making less money than I am. I could actually have a better product, but maybe be making far less money, right? So honestly, tweaking price is not where I go. In fact, instead of making it the cheapest, I decide to make it extremely expensive, okay? Whatever it is that I'm selling, meaning in relation to the products that I'm selling. So let's talk about this here for a moment as we move forward here, but we'll talk about price in a moment. So dropping price is not actually the one that I go tweak. It's not one of the levers that I go pull. One of the levers that that's easier to pull to actually become attractive in a red ocean is value, right? Value, I could either drop price or I could increase value. What's cool about increasing value, like I was talking about, I think it was yesterday, is that value trumps price. Value makes price look like it's nothing, right? When value truly is there, people look at price and go, well, of course I would spend that. For what I'm getting, this is amazing. And they can start to justify it to themselves as to why they would go buy that thing. Right? This is a big deal to understand. And this is one of the major reasons why people who learn this stuff and they use it, they typically make a lot of cash because we no longer play the margins game. If I can't be really cheap, I'm going to be really expensive. Now, before we move on here, I want to address one of the major things that I get as I start to teach this stuff. And again, as we keep going, drop questions in the chat, whatever, I'll get back there in a little bit here. But what I want you to know is how I actually price things, okay? So I'm going to go drop in this real fast, and I'll teach you how I price stuff. You have to think about this inside of the actual, inside of the context that we're running in right here, right? Which is if we have health, wealth, relationships, and we have a red ocean. If this is who I'm selling to, right, I need to understand their pricing, the normalities that they operate under. I need to understand what it is that they are used to spending money for. Okay, so I'm going to sit right back here. And there's different pricing structures that I look for inside the red ocean to figure out how I should price mine. Now, the reason this is so important is, right, if someone's used to spending $10 for a pair of socks, some people do, if someone spends like $10 per pair of socks, and you come in and say, here's mine for $1,000 because Steven sells his things a lot of times for $1,000, right? That doesn't translate, right? You still got to sell in relation to the market you're coming out of and selling back into. Make sense? A little while ago, it's cool. Actually, one of the most powerful lessons as far as pricing goes that I ever learned from Russell. It's very simple. But I remember once I asked him this very question. A lot of people ask me this question. I asked him the same question. I said, how do you choose price? And he said, what's interesting is about, 5-10 years ago, whatever, this is what he told me. This is the principle anyways. He said 5-10 years ago, what happened was everyone was charging about $5,000 a year for their inner circles. That was like the normal rate. Everyone was charging $5,000 for their inner circle groups. And then some nutcase went around and said, I'm going to charge $8,000. And everyone else is like, dude, you're nuts. You're charging $8,000 for holy crap. You're crazy. That's amazing. And then some psycho came up and started charging 10 and then 12. And then after a while, everyone started charging 15. 18 is not abnormal. 20, 25 is not abnormal anymore. right? 30, 35. Russell's is 50 grand. He's part of $100,000 ones. There's ones that are there's literally $250,000 mastermind groups now. I'm sure there's even more than that that's out there that maybe I just don't even know of. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. That's fascinating because there's a big lesson with that. Now, that's happened over the span of like the last 5-10 years. Okay. Someone didn't just go straight from $5,000 to $250,000. Okay. But what you're looking for is you're looking to see what the price is that your market is used to bearing. So if you're selling some trinket, which is, fine, it's great. I'm just saying you're selling some trinket and most people, you've seen price points that are $8, right? $8, $9. Someone's doing 15. You have a 7, 7, 7. There's a 6. You see another one that's 11. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look to see what prices there are kind of generally. Oh man, looks like there's someone with 15. I look to see the historical prices that everyone's selling at, and then I go slightly premium. Okay. Slightly premium. I don't try to figure out how to sell for $5. Okay. Or even lower. I try to figure out how to go a little bit more premium. And then what I'm tweaking is value. I just increase the value. Then the value more than justifies the premium price. That's how you get paid, my friends. Okay. So then what I'm going to go do is let's make this $16 or even $17, and that will be my low ticket price level. Then what I like to do is I like to go look at the expensive stuff, and I say, hey, what are the most expensive price points inside of this ocean, inside of that market? All right, I'm seeing people in here who are selling things for $400. I see another one. Ooh, here's a $12,000 one. Holy crap. So let's just say it's 4,000. This is a, I don't know, 6,000. That you guys get the general idea, right? Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to say, well, what could I charge for 13, 14, or 15 grand? Okay. 15K. Sweet. So my price point that I go for is going to be somewhere around there. And then I don't tweak, right? Then I just make sure that I'm literally outvaluing everybody else. And I become the obvious choice. I become the talkable choice. People literally sell me for me without me asking them. Does that make sense? That's helpful stuff to understand. I do the same thing with the middle. So I end up going, and let's say that the middle here is $2,000, okay? Now, it doesn't matter what you're in. It doesn't matter what you sell. It doesn't matter if it's B2B, if it's high-ticket business-to-business contracts that are multi-phase. It doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're going in and you're seeing what the historical price points are and then going just a little bit more and then using a model like Xavier to outvalue what everyone else is providing anyway. Okay, that's how I choose price. Okay, so let's go in. Let's check this out here. All right. So one of the things I want everyone to start thinking about is as we start to get back to the core offer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through, I call them offer templates or offer profiles rather. So I'm going to walk through several different offer profiles, and I'm going to teach you where the data on each of these offers needs to come from. And I'm going to teach you the pro and the con of each type. And this is very important to understand. And as I start to move into next session, I'll teach you about value-ladder design. And what that's really about is shows the kind of order to build offers in that is routinely seen as the thing that causes success. Okay. Over and over and over again, regardless of whatever you're in. Okay. And the reason I walk through the price thing ahead of time is because sometimes people look at what I draw out in value-ladder design, or when I start talking about offer templates. The thing that's fascinating about it is that people will go through, they start saying things like, well, that works for them because they're in the info product business. Man, that's garbage. All right. It doesn't matter what you're selling. I'm saying find the historical price points and then your value ladder and these offers reflect that for you. It's very customizable for whatever it is that you guys sell. Okay. So if I come over here, so this is what I call your core offer. And again, the reason that this template is the core offer template is because a portion of right here, a portion of this offer is reflective of red-based concerns, VIE. That's a very red area of the offer. Okay. You remember we talked about that pretty heavily yesterday. That's very, very red. Over here, this is very, very blue. This is a lot of the playground zone for the entrepreneur where they get to be prolific. They get to do things that no one's seen before, but under on top of solving the issues that people see with it. Right? That's why it works so well as the purple offer, sometimes is what I'll call it. I've gone to start to call it the core offer now because it really helps really helps somebody figure out the actual core of their business, right? Like if I was a hot dog stand, like, well, here's hot dogs. Well, I have to have a hot dog. That's the anchor of the offer. Okay. You're like, well, cool, but like I really want a bun. The bun would probably be a vehicle-based concern. I like hot dogs, but I really like a bun around it. That's literally a vehicle-based product for a hot dog. Okay. Well, the internal, external, I don't know. You could keep going and playing with that as an example. Reason to act now. Hey, it's actually buy one, get one free today. See what I'm saying? It works for anything. And there's a little bit of fluidity, fluidness inside of these templates. Okay. Anyway. All right. So let's move forward on this. And I'm going to teach you guys some of these actual profiles and why they work so well. Okay. All right. Now the data, I'm going to walk through the data, the pros, cons, and the goal for the next 4 offer templates. What's up? Take some notes. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So here's the actual data source. Let's go through, let me just write these. It's hard to talk and write at the same time. Data source. All right, there's the data source. The pros of this offer type, the cons of this offer type, and then the goal of this offer type. And what I'll do is I'm actually going to keep it the same every time so you can see very easily, oh, in this one, this is when I would use that. Oh, in this one, this is when I would use that. Okay. And in particular, next session will be very helpful and really tie a bow on all these concepts. Kind of like yesterday did. You know, it was like the first 3 sessions that I did in OfferMind Masterclass was kind of like a lot of groundwork. And then last session was very much like, okay, now it all comes together. And this is how it creates a sales message and offer that is reactive, but also prolific at the same time, right? That's kind of, again, what's going on right here. I'm going to teach you guys a lot of the dirt, a lot of the weeds. In the next session, what I'm going to go on and do is teach you kind of how it all gets tied together in a pretty bow and where the rubber meets the road again. Okay. Capiche? Nice. All right. There we go. Let me use a different color here. Let's use red. Okay. The data source of a core offer is mostly discovery. Okay. And I say that because, again, it's half blue, half red, meaning it can't come by straight design from me. It has to come. It's like I was talking about that book yesterday, Innovator's Dilemma. Markets that do not exist cannot be analyzed, right? Suppliers and customers must discover them together. And it says, anyway, market applications are not just you can't define them ahead of time. They're unknowable is basically what it says, right? So it's a discovery-based data source. This is one of the reasons why sometimes people will get kind of stuck, is they'll say, Stephen, when am I ready to keep moving forward? Well, this is why the offer continues to kind of evolve as the business evolves. The offer that I launched a year and a half ago is very different than the same offer, but 6 months later, right? Same product, I was still giving the same stuff, right? There's a few things that I added as I was reacting to the market, but there was a bunch of stuff that's totally different in the offer and the way it's sold. When I'm really tweaking inside of an offer when I launch it, yes, things in the offer, but really what I'm tweaking is how it's sold. What I'm tweaking is the sales message that sells it. Okay. Now I might go in and add additional things or take things away as I start to see, you know what? I really thought that this would help them, but people are really needing this piece over here. Let me take out what I had in that slot, that product, and let me put in a different product for it. Makes sense? What I'm really tweaking is that sales message. Okay. All right. Very graphical guy here. Okay. Very visual. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't do that. Okay. The pros of this whole thing is that this type of offer allows you to there's potential for you to be an actual true category king, meaning you're able to actually create a blue ocean out of the thing. Okay. There's potential to become a category king. And really create a blue ocean. Okay, it's one of the major pros of this whole thing. The other major pro of this offer style is that it allows you to create the offer with the dream customer, which we've just gone over a million times that is why this is so important, right? I'm allowed to go in, and the pro of this thing is that not only there's a true potential for me to be category king, but I actually will be guided by the market, right? I don't fill my own wallet. So I need to be able to create an offer in a style that allows me to not get in my own way, regardless of how passionate I am about the thing that I'm selling. the scariest crap I hear on Shark Tank, to go back to that show, is that when somebody's like, now, why should we trust you to do this? And someone stands up and they go, you should trust me because I'm just incredibly passionate about this. They're like, what's your marketing plan? I'm really passionate about it, right? And they'll be like, how is it that you plan to get customers? We're just so passionate about it. I'm like, man, passion is not a plan. Passion is not a marketing structure. And passion is a terrible strategy to figure out how to sell something that people actually want to buy. Okay. I'm really passionate. No one gives a crap. All right. That's not why someone gives you money. It's inspiring, right? It might push them over the edge that final little bit, but it's not what does the 98% ahead of it. Passion's a terrible strategy. Okay. It's good as far as work ethic, but not as far as creating good products. Okay. So if I come over here, right, I create offer with the customer. That says customer. Okay. The con is exactly what some of you guys have been mentioning about it. Sometimes it can take a few rinse and repeats. Sometimes you have to iterate on it a little bit. You got to try it. You test it, you put it back out. You test it, you put it back out. That is the price you pay, and it is the barrier to entry that most are not willing to experience in order to be a category king. Make sense? That's very important. It can take a few shots. Remember, though, the pro of it and going through that is that basically you're going to gain the large majority of the market share while everyone else fights over the scraps because you defined the problem better than everybody else and you led with the problem rather than the solution. All right. The goal of this offer type, again, is to prove your core offer and it's kind of fluid, right? As I go and I figure out the different products between these, but you're going to prove the actual offer itself. This is where you're going to do that. You're going to prove it. You're also going to be testing the new beliefs. Remember, every single market is sustained by beliefs, which is another reason why publishing is such a big deal. Because if I keep publishing, I'm literally feeding the beliefs that are existing inside there. So when you are creating a new market, remember, you're not just testing the product. You're testing, did the new beliefs sink in? So the other thing that I'm doing is I'm coming over here and I'm testing beliefs. Okay. So the goal, and that's one of the beauties and the benefits of making the offer and the message at the same time, right? I'm proving the offer and testing beliefs. And then the last one is actually I'm testing the business. And this one might sound a little bit weird, but you're going to find that a lot of business structures required to run things on the higher end and the lower end, a huge portion of them can be created after the core market is created. Let me explain that just a little bit here. In my current value ladder right now, and if you guys don't know what a value ladder is, this is basically it, right? On one side, you have price. On the other side, you have value. And there's price, there's value. And we have like little stair steps that we go up with, right? And we'll give away a lot of free stuff for a while to create a relationship. Free. And then it's money, but then there's more money required for the next level, and then more money required for the next level, right? And it's capitalism, right? You want more access, you want faster results, you want to fly on a private jet versus a commercial, it takes more money. It's the exact same thing. Okay. So it's a value ladder. So my value ladder right now, personally, is we have, I think, 6 more products and offers planned out that are not launched yet. And people continue to ask me, why isn't it launched? And the reason has nothing to do with, do I think it'll sell? Yeah, they're amazing. Okay. I know they're going to sell. There's waiting lists behind a lot of them already. Okay. But the reason why a lot of times I haven't actually launched things inside of them is not because I'm tweaking the offer or not because I'm tweaking the value or how we're going to fulfill on it. What I'm tweaking is the business structures, right? Do I have the right coaches? So I guess a little bit of fulfillment. Do I have in there the right support systems to make sure that I can actually serve them the way I need to? How is it that we will deliver up this in the best way possible? How is it that I can design this and deliver it without actually going and being the one doing it all, right? I need to stay the strategic orchestrator, right? I can't be the one pulling the cranks all the time, right? So the reason why this is such a big deal and why I always start with Xavier and the reason why I don't move on to another value ladder step until I have more of this built out is because I don't want to get myself in a scenario where I'm selling faster than I can fulfill, right? I got a name to keep, baby, right? My name is the greatest brand I have. That is the brand I care about the most. And so I'm going to go and I'm going to make sure, even though I may not have a brand, right? If I'm building something for the first time, an Xavier model for the first time, I may not have a brand, but I still am the brand, right? And I don't want to go in and make myself, that's what happened, honestly, at the beginning of last year. I sold about 200 grand really, really quickly. And I was literally the only guy in my entire business at that time. And it was freaking scary because I was selling and I kept selling because that's what I was supposed to be doing. But then I was over on the other side and I could barely fulfill on what I was selling. And I was like, I got to turn this down. And I turned back the revenue, pulled it back, and I went and started building all these business structures. And then once that was up, the systems, then I turned my marketing back up. And you'll notice that it's this dance between marketing and then more systems, and then marketing and then more systems. So that's how I do it. And I build systems that will make things sustainable, right? And then marketing to match it. Right. Then sometimes I'll typically, honestly, really how it really goes is I'll build my marketing a little bit more than my systems can handle until it kind of hurts. And then we'll build systems really fast to kind of catch up and go beyond and then do it again and then do it again. They leapfrog each other a little bit. Like 2 days ago, right? Several grand came in without us doing anything and it was all fulfilled on. Yesterday, I think it was it 5 sales? Four or 5 sales? 5 sales? It was awesome on just one webinar. I mean, right? Not including the other things, which is awesome. Right? That's literally systems built to match the revenue, right? Because the funnel is not the business. Anyway, I know I'm beating this one, but I just want you to understand, like, that's why this is such a big deal. It's not just an opportunity for testing the actual offer or the products or even the new beliefs that are going to help keep them there and keep using the thing that you sold them. It is also for you as kind of a training ground to create structures that will allow you to build other things in your value ladder safely while protecting you and your brand. Okay. Ready, my friends? All right. That's the first one. And I will explain a little bit more about when certain types of these next 3. Next session is when I'm going to dive into when specifically to use them. It's a special segment I call Hacking the Value Ladder, but it's in a different light than you probably have seen me ever do because we've learned a lot since then, since last time I did it. Okay. Hey, there is a, let me introduce this next one here as I kind of erase stuff. This is really key stuff here. Here we go. This next offer type is, oh, dang it. This next offer type is super, it's super important. It's very interesting style of offer. It's honestly the easiest one to make once you're already established. That's the key. So it's called the follow-up problem offer. One thing you have to understand about problems is that they're gifts, right? And like I was saying before, you'll be paid in accordance to the types of problems that you solve in this life. And what's interesting is that if I go solve more things that are more challenging, obviously I'm going to get paid more. Problems are not bad, especially as an entrepreneur. Problems are opportunity. What's interesting is that every time we solve a problem for somebody, there's actually a bunch of additional problems that pop up that would not have popped up until we solved the first one. Let me explain. My dad loves skiing. I love skiing. He had us skiing by the time I was 5 years old. And pretty much every year growing up, I grew up in Denver, Colorado. I was actually Littleton, Colorado. Contrary to the name, it's a big city. And, what's interesting is actually every single winter, what we wanted to do was ski. So for every year for Christmas, there was a while there where all we would ask for was a season pass. And so it was a season pass to like 5 or 6 different mountains, beautiful mountains. I mean, yeah, world-class mountains, literally. And we would just go ski, and we'd literally ski for sometimes like 8 to 12 hours without stopping. Massive dehydration headaches, but like super happy. I have a lot of fun memories skiing, just like forever. Lost toenails, did all sorts of like, anyway, I love skiing. We were super aggressive at it. My dad, though, the reason why he's so into it is that he really wanted to be in the Olympics. And there was a time when he was trying to train to be a downhill mogul skier in the Olympics. And the moguls, if you don't know what that is, that's the bumps that they shoot down. Super impressive type of skiing. I can't stand it, honestly. I like downhill speed, baby. But he was skilled at it. Very good at it. Now let's run through a scenario here. Let's say that my dad gets the actual shot to go and be in the Olympics, and he's given the opportunity to do that. What does he need to solve now that he has that opportunity? What mountains should I practice on? Right? Not that he wouldn't already know some of this stuff, but there's going to be problems that pop up that were not there until he had the opportunity. Who should my coach be? Who should I start hanging out with? What time should I go to sleep? What time should I eat? All right. When should I wake up? When should I coach? What skis should I wear? Should I get a sponsorship? Can I get a sponsorship? Is there a type of ski that's going to be the best? Should I wax them a certain way? Should I edge them a certain way? Right? There's a lot of stuff that pops up because the opportunity presented itself that were not there until it was, right? That's the whole point of this. Okay, there's a huge blessing inside entrepreneurship called a follow-up problem. That's what I call it anyway. Okay, so if I have a solution, right? Someone's like, oh my gosh, let's say this is a customer, and they're in the middle of pain. Oh, I'm in the middle of pain. Okay. And they're like, I'm in the middle of pain. I need a solution, right? You swoop in over here like a beast, and you're like, I have a solution for you. And you hand over a solution to them. What's interesting is what ends up happening. I have a problem. What ends up happening is that once you hand the solution over to the person with the problem, a bunch of problems begin to arise in their brain that were not there ahead of time. That does not mean that you had a bad solution. That's natural. That happens for anything in life, right? That happens for anything in life. Case in point. When I went and I got a ClickFunnels account the first time, I never in my life had the problem of asking. I've never in my life had to answer the question, how do I write a headline? I had never really thought about that much. How do I create a sales video? I never had those issues until I had a ClickFunnels account. That is literally what I'm talking about. Those are follow-up problems, right? Those are things that that are blessings. Okay. This is the major point with it, and this is why a follow-up problem works, okay? So what I'm going to do is, actually, this is a time that I used it. If you guys go to 30days.com/Steven, 30days.com/Steven, or you can go to ofasignup.com. What's interesting about those, so that was a book that Russell wrote that I had the honor of writing a chapter in, as well as a few others, 29 others, right? So it's 30 people writing what they would do to get everything back in 30 days. Super valuable book. Oh my gosh. It's interesting because we were all from these different areas, but our strategies had a lot of similarities, which is really, really cool. It's cool to see it. Anyway, I wanted to win the affiliate competition for that book. And so what I did is I created a follow-up problem offer. Now, here's the caveat with follow-up problem offers. Follow-up problem offers require that you already have an awesome product to hand them. This is different than the core offer, because core offers don't require that you have a product ahead of time, right? The core offer allows you to build the product with them. The follow-up problem offer, right? You can't find the follow-up problems until you have something to hand them. That's why it's called that. That's why it's the caveat of it. I need to be able to hand them this thing. What are all the issues you're having backwards? Every once in a while, the follow-up problem offer and core offer can be very similar. Okay, every once in a while. The fact that ClickFunnels had ClickFunnels while they're selling ClickFunnels allowed them to behave a little bit more like this. Okay, but what I'm helping you understand with this is that for the large majority of entrepreneurs out there, you need a product before you can do this offer style. So this is it. This is the profile. So what I ended up doing is I ended up creating a follow-up problem offer around the book, and I won the affiliate competition for all of ClickFunnels. By not like a little bit, okay, by like well over 100 copies. I sold 475 copies of the book, which is nuts. It's nuts. It's crazy. Anyway, it was super fun. And I've done that multiple times now. Even at the last second, I actually did that for another one, selling Grant Cardone's, Russell was selling a product called 10X Secrets. And as part of that, it was in preparation for Russell going and speaking at 10X GrowthCon. And I just finished OfferMind like 2 days before, and the affiliate competition was about to end. I hadn't even promoted anything yet. Literally actually I think it's 3 days because it was a Friday and I had till Sunday evening. So anyway, it's 2.5, 3 days, whatever. In the last 2.5, 3 days, I swooped in and got like 5th place in the entire thing because of the style I'm teaching you right here. Okay, this is powerful stuff. But again, the caveat, there already was a product that was out there. There already was something that was very successful, right? This works very well for affiliate marketing because their product satisfies that qualification. So Russell's 10X Secrets thing, all I did is I went to my audience and I said, let's say that you were going to go buy this. What is it that you think you'd have issues with? Oh my gosh, think about what I did yesterday. Objections, 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 which is what I did, right? And then your top vehicle-based objection to buying 10X Secrets through my affiliate link, your top internal objection to buying 10X Secrets through my affiliate link, external, right? Then I went through and I figured out the old story, the new story, the product, the headline, and then I dropped it out. And within 2 days, right before it ended, I ended up winning a yacht trip. Okay. And this thing had been going for a little while. Okay. This is just the power behind it. And like, if you're like, Steven, it's because you had a huge list. No. I was beating people that have lists that are way bigger than mine. The only reason why it works is because of what I'm talking about. I tweak value. Value is being able to know how to leverage and expand and blow up value and make things that are really valuable and answer those real questions people have while they buy. That's the power of this. That's why this is such a big deal. So anyways, here's the follow-up problem offer. The data source, let's put DS. Data source. The data source, this whole thing, let's see, pros, cons, and the goal. Okay. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. The data source comes from current buyers lists. Okay. Current buyers. Again, current buyers / current product, I'll say. Which is why you need one, because you need their input in order to know what their follow-up problems are. There aren't follow-up problems to something that there isn't there yet, right? Just sort of the opposite of that definition. It doesn't exist. The pro of this is the ability to make the offer post-purchase also. Meaning, I'll tell you more about what I mean by that moving forward. You can, in fact, I think in both scenarios, I actually built the offer after I won the competition. So it's the same kind of thing. Like, is this making sense? I hope this makes sense to you guys. What I was doing is I went and I made the affiliate offer, right? Or something really high ticket for my current audience, which is also very helpful. And one of the reasons we do it. What's cool about it though, is that I am able to a lot of times fulfill on it a little bit like a while later after they actually buy it. And they know that. Again, there's no bait and switch on this stuff. I'm very clear. It's all over the place. I tell them in the video, it's like 5 times on the page. They know in the email, there's a ton of communication. But what's cool about it is it lets me focus on the actual promotion rather than the creation of what I was selling. Okay. The other cool thing is that you don't have to actually control the checkout page in this scenario. So that, again, this is very good for those of you guys who are affiliate marketers, MLMers, network marketers, commission-based salesmen, any scenario where you don't control the checkout page. This is the style of offer that crushes it. This is the one I've been crushing it with multiple times. Okay. So, don't control the checkout page. That's very, very helpful. Cons, like I said, it already requires that you have a good product that's awesome. This is not, like I said, the same thing as the core offer. They're very, very different for subtle reasons. And when I talk about value ladder design next time, like I said, just keep this in limbo and understand a lot of this is going to be tied with a little bow moving forward. And I'm going to cite some pretty sweet sources for you guys so you can go check them out too if you want. Anyway, requires that you have a product. Or else there's no problems that follow up. The goal of this, what's cool about it is it expands on top of your existing core offer. And I'll walk through that a little bit more again a little bit later. Again, we'll hold that in limbo. Okay. we'll talk about this moving forward, but just understand if I go in and I expand on the core offer, right, that's literally what the existing product is. So usually this is the one that I do after the core offer. Okay. I just dropped it out just a little bit there, but let's keep going. I love this offer style also because it's super, super good for ascension and monetization in general. Okay, I'm just going to put ascension and monetization. Super good for it. It's one of the easiest ways to cash flow hard as the business owner, as you. The core offer for me, I definitely cash flow on it definitely hard, but it's not usually where I take all my profit. I take my pure profit typically from this offer style. And again, I'll walk through that more moving forward. This is a very status producing offer. When you think back to dose and serotonin, like we were talking about before, and the role of that, the happy drugs in the noggin, okay, this offer style, super, super good for creating serotonin. Okay. The fact that people buy this from you is very much a status invoking thing. Not in the terms of, hey, I'm better than you. It's just, it's part of the natural piece of it. And I'll move forward and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Makes sense? Everyone good? Hopefully we're all good here. Now, I always draw a picture to graphically describe each one of these because I'm very graphic, graphically driven individual. So if this is your product, I'm going to be giving my product to my audience first. And as I give it to them first, people see it afterwards and they say, oh man, that's a super cool thing, but I have this problem, right? Someone's like, I have a problem. And then someone else is like, oh, this is cool, but how do I do this now? Now I have to figure out how to write copy because ClickFunnels was cool, but I never had to figure out how to write copy until I bought it. You know what I'm saying? And then someone else saying this, the exact same thing. So the reason I graphically describe it this way is because I'm looking at what their problems are. I'm taking the top major problems / false beliefs, and I'm making products around them that I'll give away as parts of this offer. Now they get that original product plus all the follow-up problem products. That's why it outvalues everything else. So that's how I graphically describe this one. Make sense? Okay. Let's keep going on here. Okay. Super excited about this one. This next one's actually one that people can pull off typically quite easy. This is one of the ones that people can pull off. This next one here, that people can pull off super easy, especially if they're new. This is one of the easiest ones to go for. And I'll tell you why moving forward here in a second. All right. The first time I ever learned about this type of offer, I was actually building my first funnel. First successful funnel. And it was interesting because, all right, it's called the straight hack. Check this out. All right, it's called the straight hack. The straight hack comes specifically from .com Secrets. .com Secrets teaches that if you need to go in and actually create a funnel for the first time, one of the easiest and safest things you could ever go do is model success. That makes complete sense. And I was reading that. And I was like, hey, I'm broke. I'm poor. Let me go try it. So I did. And what I did is I went and I grabbed a cool funnel that I thought was awesome. And I was like, that .com Secrets book funnel looks like it's exploding. Why don't I just model and hack the .com Secrets book funnel? So that's exactly what I did. And I went and I saw what he was saying in the different pieces of copy. I'd never written copy before. And I went and I saw what he's doing in the video. And I literally by hand transcribed his video, both to get it in my head, but also create my own script. And I went and took out lines and put in my own lines and I created my own script off of his. And I went and I filmed it and I put it on my own, on the page that now modeled after the one that I seen him do. Anyway, and then for the next thing, right, the next page, I saw his price points and I had the same price point. And I went and I sold, I went and I did something more expensive on the next one, and I looked at all the emails. What is he saying in the emails? And I hacked. I modeled. It's not the same thing as copying. Now, what's interesting is when I launched that, I didn't know much about traffic at that point. And so there wasn't any Sales. There was no sales. No sales came from that after 8 months of me trying it. It took me another 4 months to figure out how to sell it. And then even then, it was another 6 months after that before it really started selling. And then it was a little bit out, even further after that I really learned how to sell it. And then we were making more money with it than I'd ever seen in my life. Okay. Here's the point. When you're doing a straight hack, you don't look at anything but the sellers, right? There's massive power in what a straight hack is. I just call it the straight hack. It's the straight hack offer. The straight hack offer means that I'm going to go and gather data, but only from sellers. Okay. Massive power in this. Okay. Let's walk through this here really, really quickly. The data source comes from pros. I got to really remember to not erase this. Goal. The straight hack comes from red ocean sellers only. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times what people do is they go into ClickBank and they'll open up a successful funnel and they open it up and they start going through it and then they rebuild it and they go and launch. Okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's very fast, but be very, very cognizant of the fact that you are only observing sellers in the straight hack. Okay. The pros of this is that it's super good for break even and front end funnels. Okay. Very good for break even and front end funnels where you're not trying to make money. You're just trying to acquire buyers as fast as you can. So you can spend as much money as possible and break even. So now you can send them to other funnels. This is one of the best funnels you could ever go build to just open up the floodgates for your actual business. Okay. It's a break even, helps you break even. Super good for front end. Because you're modeling those who are successful, the other major pro of this is that there's a lot of security. You're following the footsteps of those who are being successful. You're highly unlikely to fail because of that. Okay. Or if you do fail, usually you're very few tweaks away. Now, one of the major cons of this is that it's literally impossible to create a blue ocean this way. You can't do it. You will not make a blue ocean in that way. And then also, there's way less margin. There's usually far, far less margin because of this style. But that's okay. You're here to break even, right? But that's also the other flip side of it. You're not going to make as much money with it. What's cool and interesting about this style, though, is not only do you have the speed of it, right? You have the security of it. What's cool is that a lot of times what it does is, since they're so fast to create, you can usually pop these types of funnels out really quickly and not spend lots of time on them. Sometimes there is the drawback of the core offer. It's not a drawback, but it's a reality, right? I even said it on there. Sometimes it could take a few rounds to figure out. There's a lot of speed and momentum behind these styles. In fact, a lot of times what people will do is when they actually figure out their core offer, right? They actually have the core offer here, whatever they're selling. What they do then is they do just tons of straight hack styled funnels and offers, just testing them, right? When people say, yeah, we're building the funnel a week right now, usually they're not building their core offer, right? A week, but in a week, every single week. That's crazy. I haven't seen anyone do that successfully because there's so much to figure out with that. But the actual straight hack though, that's something you can go in and kind of just honestly clone and just test products and ideas. And I've seen people pull that off. They're usually more experienced when they can do one per week, but like even a 1 or 2 or 3 a month, that's not crazy when you start thinking of that. So that's one of the major benefits of this style of offers. The goal of this entire thing, like I said, is actually, like I said, is customer acquisition. Okay. Okay. So, customer acquisition. This is super, super good for low cost, low price, high circulation products. That's what I call them. Low cost, low price, high circulation products, meaning low cost for you to build. Like a lot of times people will build book funnels or small knick-knack funnels. A lot of times they're low cost on the business to produce and fulfill on that product. They're low cost, low price, meaning low for the other person, but they're high circulation style products. They're products that spread easily. They're very low barrier for the customer to go purchase. This style of offer is very, very good for those kinds of things. Yeah. Makes sense again? Okay. Now the graphic display of this one what I like to do here is this. Now, if you guys have been in the One Funnel Away Challenge at all, you've seen us do this, this is actually what we're teaching you is the straight hack offer. That's not what they call it. This is my own term for it, but like, that's exactly what we're teaching you though. We're teaching you how to go in and model. And so this is it, is you go in and you create, and you've seen Russell do this if you've been in that challenge, is he goes in and he's looking at the red ocean. He's looking at his customers, his competition. He's saying, hey, check this out. I see these people making that kind of product. I actually really like that. And I see other people doing that one, and I make a list. And I make a list of all the different types of offers and different products that I'm seeing in there. And then what I do is I go through and I cherry pick. Okay, that's why it's the straight hack, not just funnel, but offer. I'm seeing what everyone else is selling. And I go through and I choose, I make a list of those things and I choose, this one, that one, this one. And those are the things that actually make up my offer. Okay. And that becomes the offer in the stack slide that I go sell. Okay. Make sense? You guys with me on it? Okay. So that's the straight hack. Now here's the fourth and final one here. I love this one. All right. This next one here comes from a style that I see a lot. And there's a bunch of examples as well of each one of these kinds. I'm just using ones that most likely, if you're either in my audience or ClickFunnels audience, you've probably seen, which is why I'm sharing them with you. This fourth and final style of offer is, I'll tell you the story. I wanted to go in and prove that I was worth my salt. Okay. And what I did was, I wanted to prove that this affiliate stuff really works. So I went and I created this program called Affiliate Outrage. Now, some of you guys have probably seen that. It's affiliateoutrage.com. It's a free program. It's 30 days. And what I did is I went and I grabbed a bunch of other experts and I asked them to answer the question, how would you go and use the platform that you're an expert at to promote someone else's product? And that's what they answered. And they all created a free little mini course. And I put tons of them in there. I taught how to pull it off in ClickFunnels, and it's a free thing. It was a lot of work. Okay, but I did it for multiple reasons. I did it to honestly demonstrate a little prowess because I felt like I needed to do that. And then also, though, I did it because I wanted people to understand like, how easy it is to make money with ClickFunnels, first of all. I think what's important for me to mention here is how I did it. I went and I asked my audience what it is they wish they understood about affiliate offers. Okay. I don't actually consider myself a professional affiliate. It might look like that, but it's like gravy. Okay. For me, it's money that I'll go and I'll grab when I want to take that cash and go buy something expensive, like $100,000 event room, which is what I did last year, right? That last year Offerminds cost me 80 grand. And it was with affiliate cash. That's how I paid for everything. I will use affiliate cash to go in and pay for more expensive things. It's basically the equivalent of what other people call like seed cash, but I make it, I generate it, and I still own all my business. Okay. So I wanted to go in and I want to teach people how to do that kind of stuff. So what I did is I went live one day and I asked everybody what it is that they wish that they understood about affiliate marketing, right? If you had your biggest wish from me on understanding it, what would it be? And I got back tons of responses and I wrote them all out. Right? Response. And I went through and I grabbed the top ones and I went and I created it. Okay. If you guys ever read the book Ask, that is literally what he's telling you to do in that book, which is great. Right. But it comes at a cost. Okay. Another little story here with that. Like so in college, we had this really cool semester where we had no classes and all we had to do the entire semester was start a business from scratch, a real business with no help, no input from the teachers unless we asked, which is super interesting. Okay. When we asked we had to actually come to them with questions. They were not allowed to interfere. What was interesting about that is they assigned us to certain industries and categories. Okay. You're going to go build a business in this industry. Okay. I think I actually put on my paper, do not put me in food. It's like, I'm a terrible cook. And they said, you know what? We're going to go ahead. We're going to put you in food anyway, Steven. I was like, crap. And they put me in the food industry. I suck at cooking. I hate cooking. Okay. I don't want to know how to cook very well. I'm totally fine. I have very low standards on what it means for me to eat well. Okay. I like eating nicely, but like, I'm fine eating a freaking sandwich every day. Like, I just don't care. So anyway, so it's funny they put me in food. And as I go and I start getting in this industry, I was already kind of a hard charger. Not kind of. I was definitely an aggressive individual already by that point. And the other students saw that. And so it was me and 14 others, and they all voted me as the CEO. I did not choose that. They voted me as the CEO, and I'm like, great, I'm the CEO of something that I hate. How are we going to do this? And we ended up making $2,000 to $3,000 a week off of, frankly, poor college students. We were not allowed to leave campus. Okay. Now, how did we do that? What we did is one day, we woke up and I was like, I got to figure this out. I don't know what to sell. I barely know how to cook. And so what we did is we took these pieces of paper and we walked around campus. We just said, hey, what kind of food do you wish was in the cafeteria, but that isn't? And we got back this overwhelming response that they all wish that Mexican food was in the cafeteria. Okay. It's a super nice commons area with it was really nice. And I was like, seriously? All right. So then we came back the next day and now we walked around and we said, what is it that you wish the Mexican food was? If you had a Mexican food restaurant here, what do you wish it was? And then everybody suddenly, I didn't even know what this was, guys. This tells you my knowledge about food. Okay. But they were like, we wish there was empanadas. Empanadas? I was like, what the freak is an empanada? And I remember actually asking, I was like, what is that? And so they had to show me what a picture of it was. And then I started asking around my team, does anyone have a recipe for empanadas? And someone was like, yeah, I think my dead grandma 15 billion years ago, twice removed, it's actually buried in her grave. Yeah, she had a recipe. And we went back and we dug up this recipe. And now suddenly we were in an empanada business and I'm the CEO of this joint. Okay. And I was like, what? This is all happening like day, then the next day. I was like, I felt like a whirlwind. Okay. So then what I did is I went and I asked everybody the next day, I had everybody go scour again. What kinds of empanadas do you wish was in the cafeteria? And they said, we wish, we want true, authentic flavors like carne asada and pizza. Okay. Super American. Okay. And so there was pizza, there was carne asada, there was all these things that weren't actually authentic at all, just the semblance of. And suddenly we were selling pizza and carne asada empanadas. And the next day we walked out and I said, all right, we got to ask everybody literally what they wish they would buy with it. And in true authentic fashion, everyone wanted chips and soda. I was like, all right. And then the next day we walked out and I said, what price points would you expect to pay for something like this? And like, about $750. Guess what price point we chose to sell everything at? $750. Okay. You guys get what I'm getting at here? This is called the wish list offer for a reason. The wish list offer is 100% seller or buyer driven. Sorry, 100% buyer driven. It does not come from anybody else. It is not influenced at all by other businesses in the red ocean. Okay. So caveat that with the actual straight hack. The straight hack is 100% what is taught in .com Secrets, which is a great offer, but is only focused on sellers. Okay. The wish list offer was 100% focused on buyers and does not at all look at the other side. Now, there's pros and cons with each of these, as you might understand, and as we move forward with this. Okay. A lot of times why somebody is not making good money or their offer is still sucking is because they're not using just one or the other or this. It's like this hodgepodge. They don't actually know how they're making their offer. There's been no methodology behind it on how to do it. And then they wonder why it doesn't sell. And right. And it's better to do something than nothing, right? So congrats to those of you guys who are actually moving, which is great. But if you're not actually making it yet, just understand that there is a time and a place for each of these types of offers. Okay. And we're going to go through heavy value ladder design next session where I will tie a lot of these together and help you realize like, oh my gosh, this is so clear, right? And if you guys have been with me at all during this Offermind Masterclass, you know, like, oh my gosh, this has been so clear, right? I understand my positioning, my message, what I'm fighting for, what I'm fighting against, what it is that my people want, what they don't want. I'm going to let them guide me. I'm not going to make all the decisions. I'm going to be a detective and not act like a genius. Okay. And I want you to know like that is very, very proven. Okay. So this is again, the wish list offer. Now let's walk through this one. This is very much the style that is taught in Launch and Ask, those two books. Fantastic books. Absolutely love them. They're on my shelves. They're ones I reference a lot. But I take that data with a grain of salt, knowing that the data source, like I was saying, is from buyers only. Okay, red ocean buyers only. That's all. Which means I'm not actually getting a lot of input on proof of how they like to buy because I'm not looking at other sellers. Okay. So it comes it comes with, it's another cool way to make things fast without you having to think really at all about offers. What do you guys want? Cool, I'll make that. Cool, what do you want? Cool, I'll make that. Cool, what do you want? Cool, make that. But Steve Jobs, like I said, even said, you can't just ask customers what they want, because by the time you make it, they may drastically change their mind. Now there's room for it, right? And you can actually make a lot of money, certainly, but it's not at all what I qualify as a core offer. I would not build an entire business, a full value ladder off of a wish list offer. Okay. So the pros, cons, and the goal. Okay. Again, the pro, it's fast. Super fast. It's fun to build in front of the audience. That's what I did with Affiliate Outrage, which is why I brought that story up. I went and I said, what do you want? And then I built it literally in front of them. I think I actually built the funnel in front of them live. It's a very fun way to do that. All of these offers, there is an element where you can build them live in front of the audience or with them in some aspect, form or another, but it's not a requirement. It is a requirement, though, for that core offer, which is where this is different. The con of this is that it's not prolific at all, right? They don't know how to be prolific. They don't know how to ask for a car instead of another horse. They don't know how to ask for a smartphone instead of another flip phone, right? It's not prolific in the least, okay? Sorry, not prolific. Because the data source matters a lot, guys. Audience doesn't vote with their wallets in this one. That's another huge challenge, is that I'm asking people from freaking surveys instead of from their wallets. So there's a little bit more risk that can come with the style. How many guys have said to somebody, hey, do you like this idea? And then they're like, yeah, I love that idea. And you're like, hey, well, do you want to buy it? They're like, I don't like it that much. You know what I mean? They start backing up. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Right? That's one of the major issues with this style, is that they're voting with their mouth and not their wallet. I don't really care that much about that vote, right? They don't vote with money. Okay, they don't vote with cash. I already mentioned this other one, and I'm running out of room here, so I won't write it, but the fact that you can't use proven things of how that red ocean likes to be sold, because you're not looking at the sellers, you're only looking at buyers. Anyway, the goal of this one is that this is a super good one to go create to acquire colder style audiences. Okay, people who are not necessarily problem aware and solution aware. I would say those who are hot/warm. I don't really ever make anything that's cold traffic targeted. It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, so it's meant, the goal here is it's you can go a little bit cooler on traffic temperature. Right? That's also kind of a pro. Right? Again, that's one of the goals. So when I wanted to go expand into those who were really into affiliate marketing into my world, that's one of the reasons I created Affiliate Outrage, right? It's because I was like, hey, come see how I make these offers. Come see how I'm doing this so frequently and kind of at the last minute and still winning a lot of them. Okay. Check this out. This is how I'm doing it. Okay. And what that did is it started attracting a lot of those affiliate marketers to my world. And now, even though people think that's kind of like my pro thing sometimes, it's not at all. It represents a very small portion of my monthly revenue. Okay. Very small. So, but I captured a lot of that audience now, and a lot of them are inside my space. You see what I'm saying? That's what I was saying before when like with ClickFunnels, I know one of the things that Russell's doing right now. In fact, he just did this. Okay. He's got ClickFunnels and he's expanding to those new oceans like I was talking about. This is one of those easy ways to do that. Hey, right. He just did that for the Network Marketing Secrets book, which is great. I'm super excited about that. I got a sweet affiliate offer and bridge page that'll be coming soon to a funnel near you. But that's literally what he's doing right here, right? Is more of the wish list offer. He was listening and everybody asks, can this work for ClickFunnels? Can I be in network marketing or MLM? And like, that's like, I can't say how many times that happens a day in their Facebook group, right? The audience is voting, man. They're voting with their mouths, right? Not their wallets, but that's straight up listening to the buyer, right? Now, Russell's an insane seller. He's super good at it, right? But that's him expanding these other spaces, these other places. Okay, that's literally one of those moves I was talking about, where you like make a. Is that yesterday? We've done a lot in 3 days. Anyway, where you actually make like a solid bridge between you and one of these other sub markets and you're just trying to cut out a sliver of people that might be interested, the type ones right there. Remember that? This is one of those styles that works very well in that scenario. Okay. Now the graphic explanation of this one, I kind of like this one. For me, it's super simple. Is all I'm doing is I'm looking at customers. And again, this is one of the other major drawbacks of the style is that I'm not necessarily asking, I may not know that they're my dream customer from the day that I'm getting the data that I'm getting. I may not know they're my dream customer or not, right? Which is why there's a little bit more risk. The pro is you're not really thinking that much. You just kind of make something and launch and put it out there. But I can go in and just start talking to people and they're like, yeah, you know, I really wish that you'd serve that up to me. That's how I think about it. I really wish that you'd serve this cool thing up to me. I really wish that you'd serve this cool thing up to me, right? And that literally is what makes the offer, is 100% data straight from them. Anyway. Cool. Makes sense? Okay. What I'm going to do here now, guys, is let me go to the chat and I want to see if you guys got any questions. And then I got something here. Let's see. Let's go back to restore chat. Boom. Nice. Whoa, it's a lot of comments. Okay, let me rifle through these real fast. Make sure they're ready to rock. And then I got one thing before we break here. Okay. I did not notice the live part 2 Red Ocean Analytics offer mine was yesterday afternoon. So yesterday morning, I was watching the part 2 replay on YouTube, but then closed my browser after part 3, which I did. I went back to YouTube part 2 and found that the video is now private. Would it be possible for you to send me a link? No, I tell this for a reason. And up front, everybody, these will be gone tonight at midnight. Okay. This is normally stuff I teach at a very high level for a lot of money. Let's see. Makes me excited. $50,000 mastermind. Here I come now to create that much value for my clients. Hey, honestly, I love it. Third power performance. I love it. Right. It's more about understanding how you can just expand, become more premium, and then serve more than everybody else so that it's justified. If you don't serve more, then it's very easy to be seen like you're just charging more for the sake of it, which I encourage everyone to not do. Someone said, FYI, low volume and not facing the board, worse than yesterday. Crap. I'm so sorry, guys. My bad. I'll make sure to rip these out here and we'll balance the audio. Question. I'm guessing when looking at the pricing structure, you are trying to set up the steps on the value ladder. Exactly. And we'll get more to that in the next session, CJ. I keep saying tomorrow. It is tomorrow. Today's Friday. I thought that it was Thursday. Okay. Video is stuttering. Able to stream other live videos right now, but not Steven's. Oh, it's fixed? Oh, cool. Awesome. I refreshed to fix that stuttering. Hey, super weird. Sorry about that. I am recording my screen though, so that it's a nice, fresh, nice, good thing here. Video and sound are working just fine. Oh, cool. What does prolific mean in this context? Prolific means things like, so we call it the prolific index. It's a great question, Trevor. Prolific index is like, if you're mainstream in the way you create your products, that's where you go to be broke, right? That's when you're everybody else. That's when there's no difference between you and Adam, right? Mainstream is boring. People hate boring. It's actually one of the actual triggers that people run from. Can't be boring. All right. Can't be boring. A lot of times people ask me, how long should my story be? That is 100% dependent on if you're boring or not. I have no idea. If you are boring, it should be real short. If you are boring, understand that you once weren't. Okay. And that you need to unlearn boring. It's not that you learn creativity and excitement. You unlearn boring. We all are amazing geniuses as 2, 3, 4, 5-year-olds. And then it's actually been proven that we start to learn boring. We learn walls. We start to depress, compress, and get rid of a lot of that stuff inside of our lives. So just unlearn boring. So prolific, sorry, to finish that. So on one side, we have boring. On the other side, we call it the crazy zone, right? And that's where people are doing nuts stuff, right? Where you're like, why would you sit in a pit of snakes or whatever? You know what I mean? Like a lot of those dare shows and stuff like that. You're like, I'm not going to sell a product where I'm going to tell you to sit in a pit of snakes in order to overcome your fears, right? That's nuts zone. But in between boring and crazy zone is prolific, where you're just on the edge, right? If you guys ever heard of the guy, if you guys heard of Bulletproof Coffee, how he started putting butter in his coffee, right? That's just enough on the nuts zone that people are like, what? Wait, you want that. That's the reaction that you want people to have internally. Anyone here actually building the service product during this masterclass? Oh, cool. Hey, I'd love to know the answer to that. Oh, cool. Someone else is. Nice. Fix the stuttering problem. What's the book that discuss how blue ocean can't be analyzed and must be created with the red? That book is Innovator's Dilemma by, oh my gosh. He is one of the deans of Harvard Business School, Clay Christensen. It's not an easy read, just so you know. What does discovery mean? If you guys watch the earlier sessions, you'll know discovery means that you are being guided by the market and what you create rather than it coming from your own head. What can I get the acronym for Xavier again? Hey, thank you so much, Third Power Performance. Appreciate that. What is it? A anchor value action now. Oh, cool. Yeah. How you relay your words to the audience, etc. Do you want to get skinny? It's not sexy enough. Do you want to fit in your jeans? Wear a bikini? Feel confident? Are you asking for? Oh, okay. Tweak. Okay. I'm gonna keep moving on here. I'm not trying to do like individual one-on-ones here. I'm trying to keep it mass applicable. Where did Xavier model come from? A book? Nope. That is 100% from me, from analyzing literally thousands of other people's offers. My role at ClickFunnels very soon afterwards, after I got hired there, was I was the single coach for 675 people who paid 18 grand. I was the guy fulfilling on all the coaching that ClickFunnels was selling. Okay. And what I had an opportunity to do was every Friday I'd spend 4 hours live walking through their offers and their funnels. And I did that for over a year. And then I kept doing it for the next program, which was another 600 people. And then I did it for the next program, which was another 500. And then one funnel away, which has now been about almost 20,000 people. And then my own programs. Basically, I'd be a freaking idiot if I didn't start seeing patterns, right? There's so many offers I've seen in this industry, that industry. I'm selling toilet paper. Cool. I'm selling insurance. I'm selling this. Cool. I'm selling retirement home plans. I'm selling knickknacks. I'm selling, right? Crazy crap, okay? All over the spectrum, all right? And seeing what has caused it to work and not this is what I do. So yeah, it's all 100% me. Are you in the Science of Selling group? Oh, you're asking somebody else. Okay. Did dad have rubber legs? Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Awesome strategy that Steven's sharing now. Appreciate it. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, and the reason why I created Xavier is because I only like to follow models that I know work time after time. I hate flash in the pan strategies. That's why I'm not a Facebook ads driver. That's literally one of the major reasons. Because in a single moment, Mark Zuckerberg can do the Thanos snap and change the algorithm. And now tons of stuff that I spent all this time learning. I'm not knocking you if you go learn that. That's great. But I just don't. Yeah. What if you buy it? What problems would you have? Great question. Just making notes. Oh, cool. Yeah. Please give an example of how you don't control checkout page as a professional. Yeah, meaning you don't own the product. It's not your product. If you don't control checkout, what I'm saying is like you're selling somebody else's product or you're a commission-based salesman. You don't own the actual page that they go to put their credit card in. That's somebody else's thing and you're just sending traffic to it. I don't own the checkouts process. Let's see. Is the follow-up offer the same as the bonuses you could give in your core offer? No, but I see what you're saying. There is a subtle difference between the two. The core offer is the one that I use to specifically, like here it is, right? In the core offer, I am using a lot of input from that red ocean to actually create it. And they don't necessarily always need to be buyers, okay, for me to gather that data because not of them are going to buy. Specifically in the follow-up problem offer, I'm usually looking at my current list of buyers and what they are reacting to. We're going to dive more into that. And I have some specific things I'll draw out that will really clarify a lot of this. Let's see. Loving the class, the content. Awesome. Cool. What's the name of the first offer template again? Cool. Yeah. So your core offer. Thank you so much, Jorge. So we got your core offer. And then we have the follow-up problem offer. Then we have the straight hack. Okay. And the wish list offer. All right. Too much gold. All right. Keyboard turrets, yeah. Passed out, face planted on the amount of value. I'm on fire. He's literally putting me on fire with how much I want to get done. What does HC stand for? High circulation. Oh, thanks, guys. I got to keep reading when there's questions because a lot of times you guys have answered them. Is the straight hack the same as paid prospecting? No. Paid prospecting is when you create a self-liquidating offer in front of your main thing. If anything, paid prospecting is a follow-up problem offer. Would have loved to do that in school instead of making 30-page business plans, right? 100%. This is where it comes from. I used to do that. The 30-page business plans, and you're building the structure you hope causes cash. That sucks. Let's see. Just running through the last few pieces here. Holy crap, I just realized I used the wishlist offer to build a huge following, 3,000 on Facebook ads, and drive traffic to my gourmet cookie dough shop. Isn't that awesome? It works really well for expansion of audience. It's super good. Those two on the bottom, the wish list and the straight hack, they're very easy plays to run to expand your actual reach. Can't wait to see your funnel for it. Yeah. Sorry I'm late. No worries, Denise. Thanks. Glad you're on here. I did not notice that Patrick. Yeah. Saying the same things. I'm going to fix it. What model is your favorite, Steven, and why? Actually, well, that's what I'm walking through next session. I'm going to tell you guys the order I like to build them in and very specific reasons why and the major advantages it brings to you. And you'll see that that's actually what I'm doing a lot now if you guys have been following my stuff at all. Wish list works like creating scarcity. All of them work through scarcity and urgency. The wish list works because you're asking current buyers only inside of the red ocean. The problem is that what they're telling you, they're not telling you through giving you money. They're telling you with just their mouths. So pros and cons. Yeah, Clayton Christensen. Those classes closed. So many loops. Love the whiteboard style and the master class presenting. Biggest takeaway, different, not better. Yeah. It's good. Man, that's like such a key piece of this. Innovative dilemma. Okay, I'm almost caught up. Explaining the core offer is my favorite, yet others seem to be better in other contexts. 100%. 100%, which is what next session's about. It's good you guys are asking like these are all the questions that I'm going to answer for you guys next, which is exciting. I'm asking his favorite. Nice. Do you need an audience to sell a product? No. It helps. It actually increases your speed, but no one has an audience the first time they get in the business. So you're right. You have to be able to figure that out. Thank you, Papa Larson. Love it. There should be a pre-offer model, meaning a kind of bridge offer. There is actually. So the data for the core offer is from your current buyers through your front end. No. The data from the core offer comes from the red ocean. This is why I talk about how the market shifts and changes. We'll go into that next time. I'm so stoked you guys are asking these kind of questions. It's awesome. Can you source data from a questionnaire to buyers and then create the offer? Yeah, totally. But that sounds to me like a wish list offer. You see what I'm saying? You're asking people through a questionnaire. The problem is they're not voting with their wallets. What would be the best one to use with the competition? We're going to talk about all that stuff moving forward. Sound good? Hey, guys, I'm walking through a lot of stuff here. I actually was calculating it, including one funnel away and all the other things that I did. I even did part of a podcast episode yesterday. I spoke for like 6 hours yesterday. And it was almost another 6 the day before. It's just been a lot. What I want to ask you guys, like, how many of you guys are feeling like crazy overwhelmed right now? Anyone? Anyone just like your brain exploding? Colton's raising his hand. Y'all overwhelmed a little bit? It's a lot of crap. I don't know what it is. And especially a lot because most people don't teach this. This is stuff I've observed in the weeds. And my unique ability is to go learn this stuff. I have the curse of patterns, okay? And I like to go in and I like to see what patterns exist. That's my superpower. And until I understood that about a year ago, I wasn't actually taking note of these things. And then suddenly it was like my eyes exploded. And I spent weeks on this floor here with legal pads, writing. It's a lot. Okay. Yeah, my son Raymond, my brain's smoking. My hand died from writing. This is great. Plus together so much for all this stuff. Just right time for me. Awesome. Hey, guys, I'm glad it's helpful here. Insert wish list offer here. No, but that would be funny. Hey guys, I do want to ask you though, how many guys want my help implementing the things that we are talking about here? How many guys want that? How many guys would be interested in this? Anybody? Because I have something cool and special, and I definitely have put together an offer for you guys. And while this entire thing's been free, I am definitely going to share with you guys an offer, if I have your permission, on how you guys can get faster implementation of all this stuff. Someone said, can we actually pay? Yeah. Someone said, of course, yes. Crazy overwhelmed and clarity. Told my husband I was going to get my brain expanded while watching you. I love that. That's awesome. Absolutely. Yes. I'd love to help, have more help. Please share. Permission granted. That's the goal. Oh, yes. Steve for president, but this time do a funnel to reelect. Sounds good. Oh, man. Take my money. I love it. What, an offer in a class on offers? Of course, we've been waiting. Hey, guys, sounds good. This is what I have for you. And thanks to my good friend and compadre over here, Colton Woods, we have something very, very special for you over here on this side. Oh, okay. Check this out. We have something that I've actually been super excited to toss your way. And I've been waiting this whole time to be able to do this and share this with you guys. Now, I don't like to move forward until I actually have everybody's permission to move forward and share it with you guys, okay? I'm pumped for this. This has changed many people's lives and has brought clarity to a market that does not understand a lot of these concepts, which has been so helpful, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you guys to come to OfferMind 2019. There's some serious glare on that bad boy right now. There we go. I want you guys to come to OfferMind 2019, all right? And what you're going to get when you guys come and decide to come to OfferMind 2019, and you guys can actually go there, is we're going to give you guys a general admission ticket. Woo! Okay? We're going to give you guys a general admission ticket where you can show up. Now here, what's cool is we actually have Russell Brunson coming to keynote. I am very choosy, very selective in who stands on my stage. I do not let anyone show up just because they're big. Okay. What I'm asking each one of these guys to go do is look at the particulars inside of what it is that they've been doing and see how offers have related to it. So Dana Derricks is going to come in and he's going to teach you cool patterns about how to create awesome offers specifically for Dream 100. Okay. And he's already said, yes, he's coming. You guys can go and listen to him, and he's going to teach you how to do that. Russell's coming in, and frankly, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care what he talks about. Everything that man says, gold just comes in. I swear, sitting next to him, I think I actually saw some golden zeros and ones coming through the air into his head at one point. Okay, but he's coming in. He's going to keynote. Okay, he's coming on day 2. Day number 1 for me is going to be going through and teaching more in-depth stuff that is not taught here. Okay, I've not taught it anywhere else. The total value, though, of $1,000 when you guys come to OfferMind and you guys get the general ticket. Okay. What else are you going to get? You're also going to get the OfferMind 2018 replays. Okay, that actually comes with a lot of other stuff as well, but the replays from last time, those are things I don't hand out easily. It was just me teaching. The reason I did OfferMind last year, again, is because I started seeing all these patterns, and my life and what I live in is funnels and offers, and I create them, and I've created hundreds of them, and we've had a lot of success with them, both personally and for other clients. My personal clients, Russell's clients, ClickFunnels, a lot of people I've built with and built for. Okay, the funnel is insanely important, but it is fueled by the offer. And what OfferMind is meant to do is teach you guys how to actually create successful and sexy offers to go in your funnels. Okay. So specifically for those of you guys who are ready to actually have a product of your own that actually converts hard, whether you're new or existing. If you're brand new, it's helpful because you get to rub shoulders with all the people that are out there who are already successful. There's a lot of successful people that come to it. If you're existing, you actually learn offer templates and strategies that will actually teach you guys how to go in and expand your business and expand on the core of your business. And we'll talk about that a little bit in the next session, but specifically at OfferMind, okay? So that's what you guys are going to get. You're also going to get, the Get Rich, Give Back t-shirt. I'm known for my t-shirts. The Capitalist Pig t-shirt, right? I'm known for a lot of the shirts I create. We have a shirt that says, Get Rich, Give Back. I'm very much into that. You are not going to make money on accident. You've got to do it on purpose. It's not going to happen on accident, right? I have started making that part of my message. I am unapologetic, right? I'm very, very forward about that. A capitalist will do more for the human race and society than government will. I'm very, very big on that. If that really offends you, you're probably in the wrong audience, okay? And what I like to do, and my audience does this with me actually, the Capitalist Pig shirts, we all kind of like to keep tags and take comments and go tell everybody and post inside the group whenever we get the most recent amazing scowl from my shirts. Anyways, we're going to give you guys my Get Rich, Give Back shirt. It's really awesome. It says Get Rich, Give Back, and it's got this awesome pig overlaying the top of it. It's really awesome. It's so cool. Anyway, so I'll give you guys the Get Rich, Give Back t-shirt as well. $49 value there. And by the way, my shirts are very exclusive. You can't actually go get them anywhere else right now. Okay. Everyone wants the Capitalist Pig shirt. I know that. What's cool about this is that these are shirts that like just you get, and that's kind of it. Okay. I don't like to go make my shirts for all these other people. Okay. So this is an exclusive thing that you guys get with this. And it's definitely, anyway, I want you to show it off. Okay. All right. What you're also going to get, what you guys come to OfferMind, as I call it, the Oink Pack. Okay, the Oink Pack it's a bunch of like fun little knickknack stuff. We have this awesome, cool custom notebook that we create for you guys. Pen. We also have like this piggy bank it's red and it's branded out. It says capitalist pig on the side. We're going to give to you guys as well. It's so awesome. Anyway, it's $100 value though. And you guys are going to get that as well when you guys get a general ticket for OfferMind for 2019. You guys are also going to get the OfferMind Masterclass, what you're going through right now. Those of you guys who have been sad that you haven't gone through all the sessions, or you're like, Steven, you speak so fast, your eyes are so large, please say that again. Okay, this is your chance to go through and actually get what it is that we've been going through and press pause. Okay, this is something I'm not going to be giving in many other areas as well. It's very exclusive. It's something that I only want to hand off to those of you who are serious about this. So my thank you is that if you get a ticket before Monday, I will actually give you the OfferMind Masterclass for free, which is exciting. They're all the reason why it's exciting because Monday is my birthday. Woohoo! I turned the big 31. All right. On Monday, I turned 31, and so it was going to be, anyway, Monday, as my little gift back, is going to be my birthday present back. If you guys get a ticket before Monday at midnight, we're actually going to go in and there's a tag that we have that will unlock the OfferMind Masterclass for you guys, and you'll have access to it. After that, I'm going to remove the tag, and hopefully you guys can see by my very staunch urgency scarcity things that I do, when I say it's gone at midnight, it leaves at midnight, okay? So understand, I want you to have a ticket. I want you to come. I want you to have the masterclass. It's not the same stuff that's taught in the OfferMind replays. Of course, some of it's similar in certain areas, but there's more detail I've gone through in this than I think even in OfferMind, okay? So you guys are going to get that as well. So you guys are going to get the general admission ticket, $997 value. You'll get the OfferMind ticket replays. OfferMind replays from last year, which is $997 value, and I don't think anyone's going to fight me on that amount of value for what I've been doing here. Same with the Get Rich Give Back t-shirt, $50 value. The Oink Pack, which actually there's a whole bunch of other stuff in there. I just didn't want to write on the board. $100 value there. And then also the OfferMind Masterclass, only though before April 22nd at midnight. Okay. Now, not only is that the only time to get the OfferMind Masterclass, it's the only time you can get a ticket and actually have that put in as well. I don't put this in any other place. Honestly, my plan is not really, I'm going to go in and I know I'll use this course in other spots as well, but right now I'm not going to make it available to anybody else for quite a while. And I don't know when I'll release it. Okay. Definitely $1,500 value here though. I would definitely teach a course for this in that amount for what I've done here. Hey guys, that is a total value of $3,637. And today, so you guys understand, if until Monday, you guys can get all this stuff for just $697. Okay. $697 is all we're asking you for. The only thing you guys need to go do is go over to OfferMind.com. That's it. Before I started this live, we changed the route of the page. It's been live. I just didn't tell you guys about it so you guys could get all this stuff here. Go to OfferMind.com and you guys will get the ticket. Okay? You guys will get the general, you guys get the last year's replays. You get the Get Rich Give Back t-shirt, the Oink Pack, OfferMind Masterclass, everything you guys have been seeing here. Plus, honestly, a bunch of other stuff that I don't like to talk about because I don't want to force you into this event. So when you guys show up, there'll be additional things you guys didn't know you were getting. I'm excited for this though. Now, I am going to tell you guys that story real fast. Okay. I want you to understand that the first time my sister asked if she should come to an event, right? That's when I told her, well, are you going to ask broke people questions or are you going to ask rich people questions, right? Oh man, Steven, I can only pay for groceries and pay my bills for the next month, or I can go in and go to the actual event. And I said, well, do you want rich people questions? Or do you want broke people questions? She said, what are you talking about? And I said, go in and I dare you. Now you don't have to go in and actually go get a, go in and actually grab the ticket first, right? And then I guarantee you're not going to go die, right? You're not going to go die. You're going to be able to go in and get the ticket, but have yourself in a place of positive pressure where you will behave in ways you didn't know you were supposed to, right? You will do things you didn't know that you needed to do, right? It's the guy running down the street, putting his hand in the limo door, right? Even though it's fake, the method or the analogies is still the same though. Okay. A lot of you guys need that. And a lot of us are not willing to go place ourselves in a place of pain voluntarily because of it. Okay. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to put your back against the wall and say, yes, I'm willing to actually experience positive pressure in my life and move forward, right? Huge stress rather than de-stress. Instructive and growth stress rather than de-stress that's destructive. Okay. I need you to do that. Okay. And what she did is she's like, all right, I'm going to go do that. And literally because she needed to go eat, she figured it out. Okay. Is that extreme? You better believe it. You better believe it. She went in afterwards, she got the ticket, and she found it 2 weeks later because she started behaving in ways that she would not naturally have done on her own. Environment is more important than motivation. Motivation sucks. She was placed in an environment where she moved forward, and 2 weeks later, she had a client that more than paid for her next month. Okay, it was the first time she'd ever seen that much money ever. She came to Funnel Hacking Live. Russell said, hey, come join this program. And in the program, she said, all right, I'll join the program, but let's get a few people together here so we can get a discount. She said, Steven, I'm going to get in for a discount. I said, that's totally cool. You're going to get in. But can I ask you a question? Are you coachable? Can I ask you this question? She goes, oh my gosh. I'd be a hard brother to be, I'd be hard to have a brother as. And she goes, fine. What? And I said, well, what you could do is ask broke people questions, or you could ask rich people questions. Broke people questions say, how can I get a discount? Questions invite revelation. Right. And I said to her, ask rich people questions. Instead of how can I get a discount, ask how can I afford the most expensive experiences this life has to offer? And by so doing that, you will actually create assets that not only gives you the experience, but once the experience is over, you'll also have developed an asset. Right. Take the money, okay, that you would have gone in and this discount that you're seeking, go develop an asset with it. And now that pays for everything else. That's a rich person solution to a rich person question. She said, are you serious? It's $1,800 a month right now, Steven. That's what he was selling his program for. $1,800 a month. She's like, I have $76 in my account right now, Steven. That's all the money I have. And this has been life-changing. Thanks for getting me this event. But and I said, I get it. And I'm not forcing you. But I said, if you choose to have this be a thing of positive pressure, something you would not normally allow yourself to go do, how do you think you behave? Look at the confidence you've already built in yourself since you behaved in the way that you have. You got a client. You've been trying this game for a while, and you got a client in 2 weeks after your butt was put against the wall and you had no other option out. She was like, oh man. I said, think about what the possibility could be if you have a $1,800 a month thing that comes in 4 weeks. What could you do? She said, dang it. And she stood up and she ran to the back of the room. She said, I'm going in on my own. She slapped the thing down, and within 1 month, she had a $10,000 a month business. Okay. And that's what she made an agency that makes 10 grand a month, which is crazy, right? She's like, Steven, this is more money I've ever seen in my entire life. And so funny enough, she's still in college. She goes, all these other college students are sitting around wondering what I do, but I tell them and no one believes me until I show my bank account. And now I'm threatening all these guys. Okay. Anyway, what I'm offering to you guys here is an opportunity for growth that some of you guys may not otherwise put yourself in a position for. Okay. OfferMind, thanks for bringing that up, you guys, is September 2nd and 3rd. OfferMind is September 2nd and 3rd in the Boise Center. It's downtown Boise. It's very nice. It's actually the largest room in this entire area that you can get. And we have it. And it seats 1,038 people. Right now, I checked this morning, there's 1,201 people on the waiting list. I have not yet emailed them. I'm going to as soon as this is over. Okay, I'm giving you guys a shot right now to go get a ticket. There are literally more people on the waiting list than there are seats in the room. And I'm trying to help you guys understand. Thank you for being on here with me. I appreciate you guys taking the time, but I'm giving you guys an option to get not just a head start on the actual offer, but what it is you guys have been wanting to build. Okay, head start on what you've been wanting in life. All right, so understand that when you guys, again, just real fast, remember what you're going to get with this. You guys are going to get the general mission ticket. You also get the OfferMind 2018 replays. We're also going to give you guys the Get Rich, Give Back t-shirt. You guys will get the Oink Pack, which is a notebook pen, the Capitalist Piggy Bank, which is an actual piggy bank, which is really awesome. Bunch of other stuff I don't want to talk about yet. And then the OfferMind Masterclass, everything you've seen so far, plus the session you guys are about to go through next as well. You guys actually have that unlocked. No one else is going to have that. It'll be very, very locked for you guys. Anyway, awesome. Hey, and any other costs that are associated with you guys getting here, lean in. Lean in, right? I was broke the first event I went to, and I was still broke when I walked through the doors. Has nothing to do with cash, had everything to do with value. I had to flip that thing, flip it in my head, right? Because I was tired of being broke. I was sick of it. I had been working 3.5 years with nothing to show for it. And I finally got mad about it, all right? And I sat back and I was like, why? I am working my face off. It's not that I'm not willing. For those of you guys are not like, you're like, it's not that I'm not willing to move forward. I was in the same spot. It's not that I'm not willing to feel discomfort, Steven. It's that what I'm doing isn't working. Yeah, take it from a guy who's been through that as well, right? This is the reason why I tell my audience all the time, I have empathy. I have very little sympathy though. I will feel with you because I have been there, okay? But I'm not going to feel for you, and I will not at all ever be the title of the banner that you hold to logically try and release yourself from progression. I will never do that. I'm not going to do that disservice to you. Okay. So find another way out logically if you're trying to find one. I just know that this is going to bless your life, and I'm pushing you hard, and I am, and I know that. And it's because I care. And I know that this is stuff that's really, really valuable. Okay. So come to OfferMind. Okay. Get the ticket. Come get last year's replays, get the t-shirt, get the Oink Pack, okay? Get the masterclass, whole bunch of other stuff I'm not going to talk about yet because I don't want everyone to come just for that alone. And this is not a networking event. I hate networking events. Okay? They feel like a waste to me. OfferMind is a curriculum. And when you decide to actually show up, understand that you're coming to learn things that you actually can use and apply. There were people last year, not just like one or two. There was a lot of people in the room who are actually making money from what they were learning that day. I had people the first night go back in the hotel room, make a few tweaks on some stuff they had been doing, and it suddenly was working. Okay. And suddenly they were making 5 figures the next day. Like, it was nuts. Okay. This is not an abnormal thing. And you don't need to be like this genius in order to pull that off. Okay. It's a ton of fun. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the comments, guys. We appreciate that. No, there's no streaming of OfferMind. I hate streaming stuff. I think it devalues those who make the effort to show up. Plus, it doesn't allow you guys to actually show up in state. There's a lot of things that we're going to do. It's not a freaking take notes, let me lecture at you thing. I certainly will speak. There's going to be notes for you to take, but we're actually doing things that you cannot do unless you're physically there. And you'll know what I mean when you actually show up. Guys, thanks so much. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you guys in the next session. As a reminder, again, when you get the general ticket, you guys are going to get the OfferMind replays from last year. You guys get the Get Rich, Give Back t-shirt, the Oink Pack, the OfferMind Masterclass, which you guys have been going through now. And I'm only going to do that till Monday at midnight because it's my birthday. So it's going to be awesome. So go to offermind.com and go and get started. And I'll see you guys in the next session. Bye.